wondered whether psyllium husk might help your IBS, and this video is for you. Now, psyllium husk comes from the seeds of a plant called the Plantago ovata, and in the UK, you'll often find it sold under the name fibre gel. In the US, it's commonly known as Metamucil. It's a form of soluble fibre, which means that when it comes into contact with water in your digestive system, it absorbs that water and it forms a thick gel-like substance. And that's the key to why it can be helpful for IBS. Now, most people assume that fibre supplements are just for constipation. But psyllium husk is unusual because it works in both directions, and that's quite rare. So if your bowel movements are too slow and you tend towards constipation, that gel it forms softens the stool and helps things move along more easily. But if your gut moves too fast and you tend towards diarrhoea and urgency, that same gel slows things down and absorbs excess water, which then helps to firm up loose stools. So it has a genuinely regulating effect on the gut, rather than just pushing things one way or the other. Now, one study found that psyllium husk was comparable to loperamide, which is the active ingredient in Imodium for helping with urgency and diarrhoea, but with fewer side effects. Just quickly before I go any further, this video is for educational purposes. It's not meant as a substitute for proper medical advice. Please speak to your doctor before starting any new supplement, particularly if you have other health conditions or you take medication. Right, but the benefits of psyllium husk go much further than regulating bowel movements. Research published in the Journal of Gastroenterology found that psyllium husk works through 3 separate mechanisms in the gut. The first is that it positively alters the gut microbiome. The community of bacteria living in your digestive system plays a really important role in how your gut functions, and in IBS that community is often out of balance. Psyllium has been shown to increase the levels of beneficial bacteria and to reduce some of the less helpful strains. The second mechanism is that it reduces inflammation. People with IBS tend to have higher levels of inflammation markers in their body, and research has shown that psyllium can lower those levels. It does this partly by producing a substance called butyrate as it's gently broken down in the colon. Butyrate is a short-chain fatty acid that feeds the cell linings in your gut wall. It helps to maintain the integrity of that lining, and it has a calming effect on the enteric nervous system, which is essentially the nervous system that runs your gut. And the third mechanism is that bowel regulating effect we talked about earlier, working in whichever way your gut needs. Research using randomized controlled trials found meaningful improvements in overall IBS symptoms in people taking psyllium compared to those taking a placebo. It's one of the more well-evident supplements specifically for IBS, which isn't something you can say about a lot of things in this space. Now, it won't work for everyone, and it's definitely not a complete solution on its own, but as one piece of the puzzle, it's worth knowing about.